We welcome you to the 2022 PLL All-Star Game on ESPN, presented by OutSystems, Team Farrell, Team Baptiste. So many stars about to share the field today.
But you can see there, Henningberg actually picked Manley up way outside the arc.
That one stuck by Reardon to open the scoring. Team Farrell on the board first, and it's the rookie sensation Logan Wisnauskas who connects. He's part of this Kronback movement.
He has assimilated the league so seamlessly, fresh off his national championship at Maryland. 18 points the first half of the season. How about the slick back feed? But back to Wisnauskas, third in the league in points, tied for first in goals. The #1 overall pick, and he absolutely stings the corner here.
I know Quinn Kesnick, who's down on the sidelines, and a bunch of others were kind of questioning if Wisnauskas was worthy of that #1 pick, but first half of the season is any indication, Quinn, he's been awesome.
He and this entire rookie class, quite honestly, I think has been terrific as he got a quick counter strike off the face-off. And there's going to be very little time to take a pause in this game. The goal total should be up in the mid to upper 20s. And you're going to get to see a lot of great goal scoring.
Yeah, there was no over-under available on this game, and I think it's just because of the great unknown, right?
We throw the money ball in, and, you know, anybody's guess is probably like, let's just throw a dart. On Team Farrell. Great lift there by Pinnell.
Plenty of space. Bouncer, and it goes. Brian Costabile. I think that would have been good from 15, but he'll take the extra 2 yards and cash in on a 2-point goal.
No backflip? No backflip. I mean, come on, Costabile. With the trailer here, top right of your screen, just the beautiful high bouncer, the placement right over Bernlohr's shoulder. Gorgeous placement here. And that, yeah, to your point, that would have been good from about 16.
Really good opportunity for Team Baptiste. Here's Miles Jones. On the run, the bouncer from 2 is good. Back-to-back 2-point goals for Team Baptiste.
Hey, Miles, how much of that move from 15 to 13, how significant is that as you're kind of dodging down the alley here?
Yeah, I mean, I think I scored a good bit of, one-point goals from 13, so might as well shoot the 2.
I wanted that from 25,
did you guys?
I thought about shooting from 25.
Miles, did you guys talk about that at all in terms of your pre-game huddles and as midfielders? Like, hey, we can take from 13 on the run. Like, did you guys talk about that at all?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great shot for some of our midfielders like Brad Smith, Brian Costabile, we're guys who can bring it from the outside. Moving that line in 2 yards gives us that green light.
That was Miles Jones under the helmet, powered by Sun Chlorella. Sun Chlorella powering the athletes under the helmet.
Like Brian Costabile, who's going to race in the fastest shot as Tarafenko takes this coast to coast and scores unassisted. Costabile is going to compete in the speed competition tonight on ESPN+. Miles Jones is 6'5", 260. Just the athletic ability of these pro lacrosse players now continues to just skyrocket as Tarafenko takes that one unassisted.
Yeah, case in point is Tarafenko, Quinn. I mean, this is a old school do-it-all midfielder, but in an absolute tank truck of a body, right?
Making his first All-Star appearance coming out of Ohio State, where he was a 4-time All-American. We've already seen Team Baptiste notch 2 2-point goals in this opening quarter. Costabile and Jones. Somehow got the ball back. Are you you kidding me, Matt Rambo? A broken play ends up in the back of the net, courtesy Matt Rambo. What a goal.
What an incredible individual effort here by Rambo. Picks up the loose change on the doorstep and buries it backhanded. You can see Newman miss that ground ball, and it trickles over to Rambo. Not a lot of daylight, just get it on net.
Now Manley's in fastest shot coming up at halftime. Here's Miles Jones on the run. Great feed inside, and that'll count for 2 because of the bonus ball. Chris Gray, way too easy on a feed from Miles Jones. And because we're under 2 minutes playing with the pink balls voted by the fans, that counts for double.
Yeah, but you still got to find Chris Gray. You can't take a 1 in this scenario. You got to take a 4-pointer. But he got Asher Nolting behind the cage. A beautiful no-look feed there by Jones. But Nolting not really accustomed to covering a guy behind the cage. So well-executed cut by Gray to get himself free. You can see Nolting kind of trailing behind the play.
Left to this first quarter. Somebody fire a 4. They give it to Nardella. The face-off man stays on. It cashes in with 1 second left in the opening quarter.
Hey, Rambo, that was a great feed in Nardella, but did you tell him, like, why did you step inside the line? We want the 4.
I was running, trying to beat the clock, so I couldn't even speak to him. I was running fast. But hey, it's a 2-pointer, right?
I mean, yes, it is a 2-pointer technically, but we're looking for 4s here, Matt. Can we get one off or what?
I'll try and get a 4 on, but it's kind of deep, but we'll try.
All 4 games are a 1-possession final, and I think we'll see that finish.
Yeah, you're going to get teams like Chaos chasing back into the race. Great 2-pointer. Team Baptiste is just rolling right now. They are taking full advantage of the 2-pointers. Marcus Holman bags that one.
I was talking to Kyle Bernlohr last night. He predicted someone could get to 60. Now, I think a lot of them are putting weight on the bonus ball. We saw 4 points under 2 in the first quarter. I think they'll start uncorking from 2 to try to get 4-pointers, but Team Baptiste has 12?
Yeah, they've got 12, and that's Holman's first, and he is kind of a notorious all-star game guy. Like, he hunts points. He wants the MVP.
Which favors the defense.
Yep.
Counterintuitive to thinking that a closer arc would favor the offense.
Yeah, Team Baptiste just firing on all cylinders, though. They're making it look so easy right now.
And Michael Sowers gets on the board on the doorstep. Strong first half of the season for him. 15 points, he leads the Water Dogs. They're starting to pick up some momentum as well.
Yeah, just like last year. And here's classic Michael Sowers, the dip and dunk. With that 22 reminds you of someone we know. Mikey Powell, same size, stature, quickness, finishing. I know he modeled a lot of his game off of him.
Going back to the 2 rule changes that were implemented for this All-Star game, Paul, what was the genesis? Why did
Eastern?
It's just too easy right now. Jeff Teat stinging the corner. The Bernlohr might have been right about 60, but it might be put on him.
Teat's the cleanest player in the game. When you see an athlete, doesn't matter the discipline. When they make it look too easy, you know they're one of the best out there. How calm and comfortable, a little lean right into the corner, that's pedestrian.
Yeah, I mean, this little subtle head nod, so this would be a perfect angle. That little dip of his head is all he needs to get the goalie off his line such that he can then bury it right above his shoulder. And it's not like that shot's coming a million miles an hour. it's just a casual, like, I'm just going to place this.
Yeah, it's as instinctual as you see Steph Curry take a three-pointer.
Sport is the access. So we've got Andy Towers, Trevor Baptiste mic'd up, 4 players mic'd up as well. Let's check in over on the sidelines with Team Baptiste. Trevor Baptiste not playing, but we could talk to him all afternoon long.
Oh, well, Trevor, I bet you're going to have to get your team to respond now because here comes a big comeback.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. It's all good.
We're getting that up.
Yeah, we'll give it up.
Hey, Trevor, you got Paulie up here in the booth. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. How you feeling?
Hey, you seem very calm and comfortable.
Yeah. You know, boys are playing great. We just got to keep it going, keep the intensity up, keep getting back on D, and keep having some fun.
So up 11, when do you put your foot on the gas here?
When? No, it's not coming off the gas. It's not coming off the gas. Not today.
All right, under 2 minutes, are you going to put in a tactic to start shooting these 4-pointers or what?
No, yeah, we got to be the first ones to score a 4-pointer today. That's for sure. That's for sure.
You're good, Joe. You're good. Numbers.
How about Joe Nardella in place of Trevor Baptiste from the face-off X right now? And he's got a goal. And another goal for Team Baptiste. So crafty.
No, you hit the nail on the head, Jay. The difference in this game right now is the dominance of Joe Nardella at the face-off stripe. He has just completely tilted the field. And when you give this many offensive players, and in this instance, a defenseman, Scott Ratliff, one of the best in the business in transition, the no-look feed by Teat, and watch this little pump fake by Ratliff, that behind the back gets Burnlord to come off the pipe, leaves enough near side, but loosely called.
Jones calling for it. He gets it, rears back and fires! Miles Jones, are you kidding?
This is what I'm talking about, momentum and being in a flow state. Miles Jones, his third 2 of the day. Woo! This one singes the upper 90. Ugh.
That would have been good for 15.
That's one where you go look for cover. Just get me out of the way.
Oh, take another look at this. You're going to see this on SportsCenter later tonight. Miles Jones. PLL All-Star Game. You're getting goals like this all afternoon long on ESPN. Get it past Blaze at all would do wonders.
You know who I'm looking for is number 26, Tom Schreiber. He's a guy who can turn this thing around. Oh.
What a goal behind the back in the feed on perfection. Nick Turk put it home. Another one of these rookies is balled out of the first half of the season.
The amount of poise that Nick Turn plays with is remarkable. And the leadership he shows. He's like a 10-year vet right now playing for Chrome Lacrosse Club.
I saw him in week 2 down in Charlotte, a team huddle that he just took over. And it was like, whoa. This is the second behind the back feed by Pinnell, by the way. So Farrell's only got 4 goals. 2 of them have been by Pinnell on just incredible behind the back feeds.
Blaze snuffs him out. Defense to offense. Team Baptiste makes it look perfect.
Guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think the 4-pointers is going to go in the way of Team Farrell. If the rest of this game is going to continue to play out. First of all, let's start with the just ultra quick hands by Blaze Reardon, and then Danny Logan in transition. That's his second 2-pointer of the game. The first one was the bonus ball. That's a legit 16 yards out.
4-pointer if they can make it from 13 yards or beyond. Shot clock down to 5, and they cash in with Wisnauskas.
I'll give it to you. You called Wisnauskas?
Eddie Towers just told Paul Rabel, look out for Logan Wisnauskas, the Tewaaraton winner, national champion, snuck his way in. That was a controversial #1 pick, and he has backed it up.
Controversial's a little strong. I would say unconventional. I think Gray was the proverbial #1 pick. But you talk to coaches around the league, and everybody was kind of like, Wisnauskas' stock was certainly rising. Best player on a historically great team, and a guy that you could kind of fit into a lot of different spots.
Farrell wins the opening faceoff. And he scores! How about that to ignite the comeback? Connor Farrell, a scoop and score. Now you just need 12 more, Ryan.
Well, true to his word,
yeah.
True to your word, rather, if you're the captain of the team, it starts with you. Facing off against the long pole, Scott Ratliff. Farrell quickly picks up this loose ball and just goes right to the rack. Nobody picks him up. And this is a significant area of improvement for him in terms of year to year. His development with ball handling, stick handling, and shooting, he's a legit threat after any win.
His timeline is fascinating. He's a two-sport athlete at LIU Post, played football. He's an all-state high school football player, great linebacker. And while at Post, he was convinced to go out to the lacrosse team and eventually worked himself into being the best face-off man in D2, 81% as a senior in college. Since becoming a pro, Ryan, as Wisnauskas scores, since becoming a pro, Farrell has now continued to improve. These guys get better and better until their late 20s and early 30s.
That's now a hat trick for the rookie sensation out of Maryland, Logan Wisnauskas. He's been the bright spot offensively for Team Farrell.
Look at the patience here by Wisnauskas. Doesn't give up on the play, but then once he gets to the doorstep, that little backhanded fake to get Kincannon off of his line. You're taught to match sticks inside. That little fake, Kincannon goes with it, and he's basically got an empty net waiting for him afterward.
Great feed, the bouncer finish. All set up by Chris Gray, who finds Michael Sowers for the easy finish to get Team Baptiste another goal.
And it just looks like Team Baptiste offensively, more off-ball movement. Here you're gonna see Gray, and maybe a shot there, but he turns it down. And Sowers, just a sneaky little cut on the crease, presents a target. That's the key. He presents a target for Gray, puts it right on the money, so Sowers doesn't have to adjust his stick, and it's quickly in and out, and Baptiste responds.
Wasn't too long ago that I remember we were talking about those two guys as the top two transfers in college lacrosse. Where are they going to go? One went to Duke, one went to North Carolina. Just won that fastest shot competition, stays out on offense. See him there with that pink stick camped out in the middle of your screen. Sets a screen for Wisnauskas. Oh, what a goal. Quick release. Will Manny making it look easy in the PLL All-Star game. They got to get him the ball more.
It's really signature Will Manny here. When you think of a shot, you think of velocity, accuracy, and deception. And a big part of that deception is your release. And here you can see this ball in and out of his stick so quickly. I think he's got the quickest release in the league. This is borderline slow by his standards, but so often the ball is on the goalie before he has time to react, and that's just how quickly Manny is able to trigger his shot mechanics.
Can a save turn into a goal? Yes, just squeezed by. Kincannon got a piece of it. Maybe the ball's starting to turn Team Farrell's way. Plenty of time left, especially with the bonus ball boil.
Yeah, a lot more life to Team Farrell in the second half. You're gonna see a nifty little feed inside, and then Pinnell's ability to catch, rotate his hips, and get this shot on Cage. Team Farrell getting a little bit of momentum here in the third.
Black uniforms, they've picked up the energy, no question. That last huddle, I sat in there, Andy Tower was really happy with what he's seen since halftime. Again, somewhere along the line, these are great players. As you see, Jules Hennenberg score left-handed on the run, beating Scanoni down low. Understand that there's ego involved here. These are great players, All-Americans, pro All-Stars. They've won titles at every level. This game's on national TV, and no one wants to walk out of here not feeling good about themselves. So you've seen a better version of Team Farrell since halftime.
First goal of the game for Jules Hennenberg, Redwoods player. Dangerous lefty.
What an incredible, versatile skill set he brings to the table. The converted attackman now playing midfield. So he has that ability to kind of quarterback from up top, can really dodge from any spot on the field.
I want to talk Redwoods, guys, because, you know, the Chrome may be the biggest success story, the turnaround from last year. Now they're 4-1. The Redwoods' most disappointing team in the league. They got a lot of talent on that team.
Somebody you normally pencil into this All-Star game. He's not here. He has had a disappointing first half of the season. And Troutner and Cage would be the other, those two positions. I think they're not getting the production that they would expect from there. And then to your point, Quint, offensively, it just looks off. Not enough passing, not enough sharing the ball, not enough off-ball movement from that group to date. I mean, to put up 3 goals in a professional lacrosse game with all the talent that they have, as we see another 2-pointer from Team Baptiste. Those would be the things from a Redwoods perspective, as Matt Moore buries a 2-pointer.
Streaking through, diving in. Count the goal. We've got liftoff from Michael Sowers in the PLL All-Star Game.
So speedy, so quick, so shifty. You're gonna see him fly right down the middle of the field. Somehow evades a trail check by Jared Newman. You can see Newman actually gets a piece of the stick there, but Sowers, enough strength and body control to hold on to it and then leave his feet and beat Scanoni. But what incredible skill on display there by Michael Sowers.
Behind the back, the immediate answer from Rob Pinnell. Pinnell making his 8th All-Star Game appearance in his professional lacrosse career. One of these veterans that just continues to show up year in and year out.
Hey, Rob, we've got you for 2 behind-the-back feeds and now a behind-the-back goal. Is that just a behind-the-back all day today?
Yeah, behind the back. That's all I got.
That's what do you guys need to do to
Very rare.
What do you guys need to do to make this a little bit more competitive, Rob?
Very, very rare.
I don't know if he can hear us under the helmet. Powered by Sug Clarella, powering the athletes under the helmet. It's funny because I thought he was responding to you, but I think he was talking to the defenseman. I'm telling you, these Team Farrell guys, Team Baptiste, they got out to an early lead and have not let up. Costabile unleashes a flamethrower on the run. I could watch him play all afternoon.
Well, you are.
Yeah, well, every day and twice on Sunday. I mean, this guy's incredible.
Yeah, his skill set and athleticism is off the charts. You're going to see him with his left hand just streaking, and he buries it right above Scanoni's head. And to your point about a flamethrower, this thing had some serious velocity on it. But I think Paul Rabel brought it up in the booth earlier. The Atlas midfield, we haven't seen them really get going.
It's a track meet. Transition goal again for Team Baptiste. Marcus Holman, 6 points to his name now. You said he always shows up in all-star games, and now he leads everybody with 6 points.
Yeah, he makes no mistake about it. He goes hard during all-star games. He wants to win. He wants to get MVP. He's flying all the way around the field. What a gorgeous little look-off goal here. Watch his head turn to the left, act like he's feeding one more, maybe throwing Scanoni off a little bit. You can see Scanoni look at Holman, have a couple words after him. I guarantee that he wasn't expecting that shot at all.
Now they thought they'd get a little reprieve with Blaze out of the cage, but Kincannon has been just as good. Transition 2 goes. Cade Van Raphorst with a bullet to the back of the net. That's good for 2. I think that's the 8th 2 for Team Baptiste this afternoon. Trevor loves it, the team captain.
Yeah, loves seeing his Atlas teammate in transition. Van Raphorst has one 2-pointer in the regular season to date, so he's a legit threat from distance. And you just see, in terms of the contrast, Team Baptiste is pressing out all on the perimeter, and meanwhile, Team Farrell, like, you got to get out there.
Is there anybody having more fun than Trevor Baptiste over on that sideline? He is just, the smile has not left his face all game.
Well, he's usually having the most fun in any game.
True. Impressive for, again, this is an all-star game. These are the best of the best, but they're playing together for the first time, and they're just making it look so easy. Another 2. This one from Troy Ray from long range. So that is 8 2-point goals for Team Baptiste. Team Farrell has 0. That's a 16-point swing. Honorary coach Gary Gate loving it on the sideline.
And the key here is watch Michael Sowers. He's actually going to set this screen on Schreiber, screen/bear hug on Schreiber, so that he can't get out and approach Troy Ray, which allows Ray to take a big windup, a 3-step crow hop, and get everything behind that shot.
That's the difference in the game. 2-point shots, 8-0.
So a clear area of focus for Team Baptiste offensively, and then nullifying that on the other end defensively.
Another great feed, easy finish for Danny Logan. Team Baptiste is pouring it on. Former college teammate Danny Logan, Denver boys, Trevor Baptiste. They're now up 20. This has turned ugly.
Danny Logan just kind of gets lost on the crease. Sets a little pick and then gets Farrell pinned on his back. And once he realizes that, flashes his stick in front. Gorgeous feed and finish.
Oh, giveaway, empty net. First mistake we've seen from Team Baptiste. Asher Nolting capitalizes on the mistake.
Another member of this strong rookie class. Right place, right time. Kind of errant clearing pass there by Kincannon. You know, Nolting coming into the season, how would he mesh with this Cannons offense? He was such a ball-dominant player at High Point. He gets drafted to an offense featuring the one and only Lyle Thompson,
right.
And his ability to integrate and play more off-ball, play more two-man games with Thompson has been an incredible bright spot for that Cannons team offensively through the first half of the season.
You know, it's often said the Cannons will go as far as Lyle Thompson will go, but I'll go the opposite direction. They need more of the Asher Noltings and the quote-unquote supporting cast to step up in this second half of the season if they want to play their way back into this thing. Those 4 skills competitions over on ESPN+. So crafty, weaving through traffic. The finish. Courier, who's been quiet today, notches a goal.
Really definitely vintage Zach Currier with this kind of jump in the air behind the net while keeping his stick upfield. You just see him jump, leave his feet, but then keep his stick towards the inside. Seen him do this so many times over his illustrious career. His teammate Eli Gobrecht gave him a little kind of gentle ribbing after the play. Like, yeah, I like seeing that when when we're on the same team.
Exactly. They'll be back in action next weekend in Fairfield as the second half of the PLL season begins. Mentioned Quint said MVP, which will be announced after in our post-game show, so stay with us to hear that. As behind the back, the cherry on top, if you will, for Team Baptiste. Jules Henningberg notches that one, and it counts for 2 because of the bonus ball. Who would you give MVP to?
I think it's probably right now between Holman, and Holman's got 7, right? Nardella, 18 for 33, plus 3 points.
Yeah, it could be him. That's a good call.
They are back at full strength. Can they get some momentum? And as long as they punch their ticket to the playoffs.
We saw what happened last year.
Exactly.
They're still the reigning champs until they're not.
Exactly.
Speaking of chaos, though, this is a day to forget if you're Andy Towers, who's the head coach of Team Farrell. You just got the doors blown off you in an all-star game.
I don't think he's going to lose too much sleep.